Only a little while ago, Globe magazine has reported that Harry and Meghan were both invited to the coronation, but the stipulations about them not being allowed to have any public role were made pretty clear to them. Harry and Meghan were the ones who decided they needed to tell so many lies about the real royals, mostly Charles and Queen Camilla, Prince William, and then Catherine, the Princess of Wales, too. So the decision was made to keep them far away from the royal family, so that the working royals wouldn't have to deal with any nasty interactions. Basically, King Charles, while wanting Harry to be there for his big day, had to make sure that he and Camilla wouldn't be booed, and he also wanted to make sure that his country and people are going to feel excited and in a celebratory mood. If the public were to see Harry right up there with King Charles, though, that would certainly dim the good mood. To be honest, Harry is not liked or wanted in the UK, and Meghan Markle, the American upstart who believed that she should be equal to the Prince and Princess of Wales, is certainly not liked by any royals at all except maybe Eugenie. So the king made certain to not help Meghan feel welcome because her presence at Queen Elizabeth's funeral did create so many stupid stories that were totally unnecessary at the time. So this time around, the people in charge know that Harry and Meghan create so much drama. This day is all about King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla. It is not about some little 4-year-old invisible child whose maternity is highly questionable. The focus is going to be on the king and queen that day, and the country is so excited to celebrate. People all over the UK and the Commonwealth can just feel the excitement in the air. And as for Harry and Meghan not really being a part of the royal family anymore, I've got to agree with that sentiment. Now, Meghan was never really a member. She joined the royals in hopes of being wealthy and famous. She wanted to be more famous than the late queen. Meghan truly believed that she could be top dog, so now people view her as mean and manipulative, ugly, and unkind. Meghan's star is falling fast. And reportedly, Harry realizes that now he is a permanent pariah these days. He didn't want to be on good terms with his brother, and he wrote so many lies about Catherine and the Wales kids, knowing that would mean he was out forever. I suspect that one day the king will speak to him again, but I think this brotherly relationship that Harry and William once enjoyed is over for good. And supposedly, the destruction of that relationship is just fine with Harry, but is he going to feel the same when he is no longer the son of the monarch, and instead he is the brother of the monarch? Probably not. And all the begging in the world is not going to help Harry. Harry and Meghan are out, and that's why Meghan is not coming to the coronation. She knows she's unpopular. As for Harry, well, he claims he's going to be there. I hope they have some big pillar or candle ready to hide him behind. Meghan is just another washed-up, over-the-hill Z-list Hollywood actress with really bad mental health problems and personality disorders too. Even when she was younger and looked better, she wasn't easy to employ. She's dysfunctional, she is irrelevant. Meghan's only worth is to hide behind Harry like a coward and pull his strings like he's a marionette puppet, making him look as dumb as he really is, and then hoping at the same time that it's going to make herself look better. But in doing so, she's just ruining her own future in the end. But when she's away from Harry, she's nothing. She's insignificant. And Harry is barely of worth anyway. Only by his DNA is he temporarily of use to anybody, but after this coronation, even that is probably not going to be enough. The real gold is in the actual functioning working royals, not in this spare who's sinking lower and lower by the day. Harry is too far gone to ever get back into that inner circle ever again. And clearly, Harry is still very obsessed with his family because just look at all the mudslinging. It's not a good look for him. It just shows how dim-witted he really is. Meghan's got nothing, though. Even Netflix doesn't want anything to do with her. She can't do anything for them. At least Harry has a remote chance of catching a crumb here and there. But Meghan is at the mercy of everyone. Even her yacht days are clearly over. Have you seen her recently? It is interesting that when the overly proud fall, they really do hit the ground hard. Meghan believed that she would be able to shine brighter than the late queen. She seemed to view the queen as nothing more than this old lady, and she thought that she could get the spotlight for herself. Well, for a little while, maybe she did. But it was such a huge mistake for this former yacht girl with a history in the porn industry and a fascination with posting nude photos of herself on the internet for everybody to see. Maybe Meghan should have stuck with her old job of being serviced for money by some wealthy old gross men on those yacht weekends filled with booze and weed and who knows what else. And Harry says that Meghan was heavily into drugs. Old friends were apparently worried about her emotional and mental state in the UK because she didn't have the alcohol and the drugs that she needed to cope. They could see her breaking down right before their eyes, so that spotlight that Meghan so greedily pushed her way into ended up just spotlighting all of her nastiness, her evil soul, and it shone a bright light right through all the hypocrisy onto the cesspool that lies beneath and her true evil intentions. Now she and Harry have been free supposedly for 3 years. What a couple of wasted lives. It just gets worse and worse, I'm afraid. Meghan certainly overreached. Meghan should have stuck with those dirty old men who were willing to pay a lot of money for a weekend with a girl like her, and to be known as the devil for who she is by only a relatively small group, instead of in front of the entire world under the brightest spotlight of all, the royal spotlight. The mighty certainly do fall, even the old and tired yacht girls. Now, Harry has some really bad problems, I'm sure of that, but even somebody as dim as him knows that they need to get out, but I guess he doesn't know how to, or maybe he's just scared. I still believe there are some hidden skeletons in Harry's closet. These stories have been buried. I can think of a few stories from different sources relating to different events that have been leaked out over the past year or two. It is some really scary stuff. The law is never going to step in to punish Harry, of course not, but that scandal would really rock the boat. The stories are dark and disturbing to even consider. It's horrible stuff. But just look at how people in high places know how to work the system. They'll pay off judges, they'll pay off courts, news media, etc. just to keep stuff hidden. Personally, I do believe a lot of these stories are true. I think people in high places with a lot of power are capable of some really sick stuff. Even if some specifics are not correct in the translation, I believe the root is true, and it would be such a big, ugly, sticky situation for the whole royal family. And I think that Meghan knows all about these stories. I suspect that she even knows a couple of the players in these stories. And I'm guessing that Marcus Anderson is well aware of what these stories are. He was probably there for most of them. It is a tangled web that we weave when we set out to deceive the public and try to cover for the horrible crimes and wrongdoings of these wayward sons. The sons of these rich people never have to pay through the courts. But you know what? At the end of the day, they are going to have to pay in the contempt they get from the general public. The reason that Meghan and Harry are not being welcomed is due to all of the lies and all the meanness they have shown towards all their family members. Now, they are welcome in that both of them have been invited, but many people are happy that only Harry is coming, and many people are not even very happy that he's coming. Sure, they'll always have a place in the family. There's nothing you can really do about the blood and ties that bind people together. Harry is always going to be the son of Charles, and he will always be the brother of William. Harry's children, if they are real, and to some extent Meghan, will always have their place in the family if they don't get divorced. And I believe Charles still deeply loves Harry and he misses him. And if he believes the grandkids are real, I'm sure he would love to have a relationship with them too. But still, Harry has caused so much pain, so it's not surprising that he is being kept at arm's length to a certain extent. My news today has ended. What did you think about it? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments section. If you think my video is useful, please remember to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it.